It is transfer talk time, people. Welcome back to the channel. KG is here. We are just a few hours away from the first deadline finishing for 6 days. Until then, the main one starts again. I don't think Leeds United are going to complete any deals before this deadline. But if we do, I will be back live and direct. So hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going live and we can discuss it in real time. Got a few links to talk about today. One I hope is just not true. We'll get into that in just a moment. Another promising one, possible outgoing as well, and left back talk as well. So let's get into this one, because Sasha Tovalieri has linked us with 2 players today, and this one made my heart sink. Not gonna lie, I thought we'd be putting this kind of stuff behind us, and no, I guess as long as we've got Daniel Farke here, there'll always be links to these kind of players, and it just does nothing for me. And this one as well doesn't make any sense with what we've been talking about with genuine links, and also from what the club have said. You know, the club have said, and I quote, "A first-rate striker will be targeted." Well, that's not Josh Sargent. You know what I mean? And when you think about the spine of what we've been linked with in terms of Nick Pope, Bial, Diarra, Muniz up front as well as Fofana in goal, that's a very, very strong spine to target, and Uche as well. Now, that's like having a real strong spine, then you get to the top of it and you got a stack of dimes for a neck. This doesn't make any sense to me. And when we were last linked with him in the Championship, I didn't want him then, for the fear of when we go up, we'd have to use him in the Premier League. Now we're in the Premier League, I definitely don't want him. Like, this guy's now 25 years old. And my thing is, sometimes basic things need to be said. Why is no one else taking a chance on him? Better still, why are Burnley or Sunderland, who won via the playoffs, not linked with him? Why the playoff team not linked with a Championship near top scorer? Why is it us? We've already got the top scorer here in Peru, who we still need to find out who can adapt at Premier League level. I think he will. I think he will play a role here, as long as he's here, not sold on a surprise. But we've already got one. We don't need a Josh Sargent who's been here before and got 2 goals in over 20 games. Now, it was a few years ago, granted, but why is no one else taking that risk? Why would it be us? And here's the kicker. Norwich are looking for 17 million Great British pounds for this player. Absolutely not. Like this signing as one of the strikers would mean that we are going to be fighting tooth and nail against relegation. This does nothing to help us. Nothing. You know, except for Daniel Farke knows him previously. And I've just got to say this as well, straight off the bat. All the ex-Daniel Farke player links have been severely underwhelming. Severely underwhelming. None of them have made me go, maybe. Not even Weigl, who I think is just a little bit of more of a mobile Gruev. Like, there's none of the links that have excited me in terms of Daniel Farke's ex-players. 2025 Buendia, no. I feel like we can do better. So it's one of these for me where it just doesn't make sense for me. Josh Sargent, like, I couldn't be any more underwhelmed than this. You're talking 17 million pounds, by the way. 5 million less can get you Matthias Kirsgaarden from Bromby. You can probably get in the conversation for USG's Franjo Ivanovic. You know, maybe you'd have to pay more, but pay more to get a Callum Wendo if he's willing to come. Those players can make a difference. This guy won't make a difference. He'd just be very, very frustrating in the Premier League. The Championship is a good league for him. That's probably his level in this country. Unless he moves abroad or goes back to America, he's not a Premier League player. Nothing about him says Premier League for me. And also, his fitness is an issue as well. His ankles are a big issue. So for me, I just hope that this is one of those lazy links where they've put together that we need a forward. He's played under Daniel Farke before. He's had a decent year at Norwich. Let's just link them together, because this does nothing for Leeds United in the Premier League. It doesn't. Not one thing. So let me just say this. I'm not going to mention this again unless we've had a bid accepted or contract talks or anything else with a further update. Till then, I'm going to let this one drift away in the ether and just forget about it, because this does nothing for me, man. It except for make my heart sink and go, why? Just why? First-rate striker is being targeted. Well, it's not just Sargent. So we'll move on from that one and go to Sasha Tovalieri's next link, which is a little bit more promising. Drop your thoughts in the comments as well, people. Let me know what you think about Josh Sargent, man. 17 million, Josh Sargent. Leeds United targets Mario Stroeykens, interested in the Belgian's profile. The Peacocks have started initial discussions regarding personal terms. No offers yet made to Anderlecht. Something to follow, story to follow. And Mario Stroeykens is a player that has got a vast amount of potential, and the next move in his career would be a place like Leeds, or maybe like a mid-table team, maybe a league earned team, La Liga mid-table team. So that goes, it does kind of make sense with this one. There's a lot of potential with this kid. There's a lot to develop as well. But this is where you go in terms of, if you can strike the right deal and get him into your squad and see what he's got at this level, then you're not really losing out on much, because this is an unknown that you want to try and discover. He's got great potential, good at holding the ball, presses high, which is obviously going to be very important to what we're going to do. But there's some things to work on, which is why I don't think he'd be the one player that we're getting in. I think we'd be getting in another as well, just, and hopefully moving somebody else on. But yeah, in that number 10 position, he would be the high presser, and it does make sense. I don't know what the transfer fee is. It doesn't say in the report. But yeah, we'll see if this one progresses. There's a lot of potential with this kid, but let's see if anything progresses after this window shuts. People have been asking for movement out. Well, here's something for you people. I feel like I've mentioned Strasbourg on these streams about 3 times already, you know what I mean, through the summer. But Strasbourg are interested in Illan Meslier. Obviously, they had Petrovic on loan from Chelsea last year. I mean, this is going to be one hell of a drop for you, but maybe he'll do well back in France. Also, Lens are interested in Illan Meslier as well. And his sale would be pure profit to Leeds United as well in terms of PSR. So Leeds United are they'll probably be looking for a decent fee, but it will go all against the books in a positive way. And it will give Illan Meslier a fresh start. Listen, Illan Meslier hasn't worked here, and just for the longevity that he's had in goals, probably been the worst goalkeeper that I can remember. You can talk about Rachubka and all these other guys, and Via de Vault and all these, but because Meslier has had a longer standing in goal, he's probably the worst goalkeeper that I can remember. Stick him in if you remember worse in the comments. But yeah, Illan Meslier, from what I've heard anyway from my guy who's an agent, Leeds are actively looking to move him on, and a return to France probably suits all parties. So we'll see if that has any legs on it. Lyon have just signed a goalkeeper as well. The one that was at Arsenal, American. Forget his name. You'll probably tell me in the comments. But Lyon have already signed a goalkeeper, so they would be out the running, because I thought I saw them linked with Meslier before, but obviously they've moved in a different direction. But yes, so Meslier could be on the move, and that's the right thing. Left back talk. Just to say on this one, Adrian Truffert is going to be leaving Rennes to go to Bournemouth, who are losing Stroeykens to Liverpool. Bournemouth just know what they're doing. This is a really good left back, and Bournemouth just, they're losing a Stroeykens, which is tough, but they're getting a lot of money, and they're going to replace him with this guy, which is just tremendous recruiting, by the way, and shout out to Bournemouth in that. But what that means is that Aston Villa, because Aston Villa were looking at Truffert too, but he is moving to Bournemouth. But Villa do have a surplus in the left back area. And it's funny, because up until an hour ago, I was thinking of a Villa left back who's got a year left on his deal, and that was Luca Dean. But apparently he's being asked to stay. But I don't know if that's just because Troffer's become unavailable, and now they're saying Luca Dean stay for the year. But imagine Luca Dean, who was talking about moving to the MLS. Man, if you could get a Luca Dean at this football club, a consistent performer with attacking prowess and set piece nous as well. I absolutely love Luca Dean here, but it seems that he's going to stay at Villa. But one player that they are looking to move out is Alex Moreno, and we've been linked with him as well as Burnley in a 5 million move. Now, Alex Moreno is fine. He's 32 years old, Spanish player. He's fine. For me, he's just like a Spanish Matt Target, and there's nothing wrong with that, because we're going to need defensive solidity more than anything. But we're going to need another left back to go with it, like a Josh Doig, something like that. I've talked about other left backs too, but Alex Moreno wouldn't be the worst sign in the world. He only played 15 times for Forest because, well, he had Ale Aina in front of him at Forest last season, and Ale Aina was one of the best left backs in the league. So it's not a slight on him that he didn't get much game time at Forest. But yeah, for 5 million, it's not something I would complain about. I think it would be a good option, but we will need another left back to go with him. Solid defensively, nothing wrong with that, but we will need something a little more going forward in our more winnable games. So yeah, not too mad at this link. you know, very vastly experienced left back, and I'm not against it. But if Luka Dean was the one available, oh, I'd be all over that one straight away, all over that one. You know what I mean? That's the one that I would want. But yeah, looks like Luka Dean is set to stay at Aston Villa for the season. But yeah, people, that is it for the update. Like I say at the start of the video, if there's anything, I will come back live. But that is the last update until the next transfer window. But I will be back at live at some point as well, just to discuss how everyone's feeling about the window so far. I know there hasn't been a lot of movement, just to get the general feeling. But please like the video before you go. Donate via super thanks as well, really helps out the channel, or become a member of the channel as well, which helps me out immensely. Thank you to all members of the channel as well for that kind of help. Really means a lot, guys. See you in the next one. Peace out.